Now, everyone, as you'll see, we're pretty grouped together, although they will spread apart by the end of the races. And not all of them are here. Like, you see maybe half the pack. Alright, where'd my bike go? Ah, nuts, it's behind me. Now, as long as I hold back a little, it should, I shouldn't get busted by the cops. He'll appear with a big group eventually. I've never actually used the cheat, so I've never ridden this bike, whoa. So I'm not quite used to it. Now, also, one thing we should talk about, of course, are the graphics. They're pretty good for a Genesis of that time. I mean, the graphics of the later Road Rash 2 and 3 get better. Gee, let's see, I've only gone a third of the race. The game had... Oh, great. I hear the cop. The graphics is, you can see the scroll is good, and the hills are well shown, and they're pretty they've got a lot of signs and roadside items, and they're not, I mean, they are repeated, but they're not like, you know, Outrun style. It's the exact same thing 80 times in a row. Now I'm worried more about losing my bike than getting arrested. I just hope I make it. So everything is colored pretty good. It is a little muted, a little bland, but still full. One thing, now this would be the finish line of the first race. Nuts. So from here things will get a little harder. Things will get hardest in the final segment of the race. Now, as far as replay value, this game has a surprising lot of it, because you can you have to basically beat every course 5 times, get first place 5 times, so it can take a while, and you have to get the codes and earn the money to, yeah, and just beating the races isn't enough. You've got to make sure you've got enough money for the motorcycles, because you can't win the final race on your first motorcycle. Ooh, nice air. And there's the cop. And he's paying attention to me. Why? Alright, I think I shook him for now. I'm not sure exactly. I don't think he'll just come up behind me. I think he'll respawn again later. Nope. No, 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 no. Alright, that was close. Because O'Leary is the cop. All the cops are, you know, stereotypical Irish names. And so, you see that, you know the cop is the closest guy to you. So, alright, I'm going to keep it at 100 and just watch out. Alright, I think that was the finish line of the second section. As you've noticed, there are basically only 2 cars, yellow and white. And the oncoming traffic does create an interesting... Ooh. Now, I don't know if you just noticed that, but I almost hit a cow. There's a little more skid marks, some more oil on the road. Now, it's good that they have traffic going in both directions as opposed to just always coming at you. It mixes things up a little. Now, while your health can go up, your bike's health cannot. So, you don't want to wreck your bike. Now, I'm at... Whoa. Little squeeze play going on here. I'm at 10 miles now. 2/3 of the way through. So I should... Now I could cheat with using the emulator. Whoa. Okay, here's another finish line, I believe. I could just save my game right now and reload it in case I die. But I'm going to go a little farther. See, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that right now, actually. Once I get back on the bike, because if O'Leary catches up to me, yeah. I'll pause that and save that. Alright, now we're back. I just saved. Whoops, and I'm hitting the wrong button. Now, my bike has taken a serious amount of damage. I've got to make sure I do not hit an oncoming car. I believe falling down will be fine, but hitting a car will... Yeah, like that. Hitting a car or other solid object will probably take away the rest of my life bar. Woo! It takes a little getting used to, you know, learning how the vehicle handles on the road. There's an intersection there. There aren't too many intersections, but that means we're into the final stage. And this part, the road does get harder. The route is harder, as you can see. There's my police roadblock. More rocks, more cars, more obstacles altogether, newer obstacles. So there is a correct, what's the word I'm looking for? The difficulty level. The farther you go on the game, the harder it gets to play. Now, I'm not even... there's the finish line for the 4th section, I believe. Just 2 more miles, and I will have made it to the end of a course. And I've actually caught up a little. I guess you gotta play it more safe than sorry. The more you fall off, the more time you lose. Whoa, that was close. Get back on the road. See, cows. Roadblock there. Car. I believe police are only seen at intersections, but I think I recall somewhere there being a cop and you could jump right over him. It was in one level, I'm not sure, but it's like one of the coolest places in the game. You hit the road and it just jumps. I'm never going to pass this car. There we go. And that should be it. Whoa. Finish line. And there you get a nice picture and you say, I actually came in 13th. And yes, that cheat code does give you an insane amount of cash. And basically, so that's the entirety of the game. I mean, it's not really necessary to show you everything, every course. After all, it is a racing game, so you get the idea. So this, I hope you like it. Luna's Game Room gives this a 7 out of 10 with a high emphasis on replayability. So thank you again for watching Road Rash for the Sega Genesis. Good night, every pony.